I've decided I'm gonna start doing a lot more important topics now, not just every Saturday talking about some sneakers. We're not doing that anymore. The world is too under a lot of, I call it deterioration construction, man, where you have colonialists trying to make a return, and people have to stop doing their dirty work, just like the title. Um, and this kind of things happen when you have countries, corrupt individuals, corrupt nations, corrupt places like the United States and Israel going around policing the world, that they might make right. Well, guess what? Now you have a country like Iran, they killed the supreme leader, and now you have Iran just bombing back because all the people that have done ill shit are no longer taking your crap. I mean, you have to get to a certain point where you have dignity and pride of yourself about what you're gonna do and how you're gonna exist, and you gotta stop doing their dirty work. You know, today I got to go to an exhibit at my school. All the students had their art pieces on, and I had my art piece in there. I'm gonna show you all the video later. A lot of people, man, are tired of seeing people not talk about the current events, the masquerading that's going on repeatedly by the media, specifically the Western media, who has no honor about anything. You know, like I've noticed that even the recently YouTube channel repeatedly trying to block my channel. That's not gonna stop me from saying what I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna waste my time on people that don't have no minds. You know, what we have here is a situation now is where people like in Africa, the corruption is beyond believable. You know, today I met a lady from Iran, and I remember saying to her, you know, because she was so fascinated by my art piece, which I'm going to show y'all later. And she said, where, I asked her, where you from? She said, Iran. I said, good. I said, fuck Israel. That's exactly, and she started laughing. Yeah, she couldn't believe. I said, yeah, we got love for y'all, man, because we know the ill shit that Israel is doing. Israel, what I love about what's happening now is that people are finally seeing these corrupt, westernized countries for what they really are. They are terrorist groups. Whether it's France, whether it's the US, whether it's Israel, anywhere you've got white people sitting there just pretending to be holy, then you know they are full of shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to get on here every single time and be talking about irrelevant crap. Like, I could talk about my sneakers, but I could just drop a video instead. My time to be live is the time to talk about something constructive. And it's more and more. You have a situation where you have people from any walks of life. There's a certain point where you have to start having love for your country, not love for your party, not love for are you a Democrat or Republican, not love for are you, if you're Nigerian, PDP and whatever other party there is. No, it's love for the country. You've got to love your country more than you love your party, and that's the problem. You know, like right now in Africa, what's happening? There's a revolution people don't understand. It's actually happening because the youth, the millennials, the Gen Zs like myself are sick of the nonsense. Now we are all having channels of our own, from YouTube to TikTok to wherever you might be doing, your platform might be that you're doing what you're doing, and you're no longer taking any nonsense. You're not on nonsense. You're not gonna waste your hours talking about stupid stuff. And that's what we need, man. You gotta stop doing their dirty work. Because there's people out here doing the propaganda work, like making the West look like America's good. You got these dumbass Nigerians. Oh, we love Donald Trump. You love a thief and a rapist and a pedophile who goes around using the US military to steal stuff that isn't his. Like right now what they're doing in Iran, right? They're bombing Iran using Pakistan to distract them, and now they gave them an opportunity to come in with the US military, pretend like they're doing something. Now they've murdered the Ayatollah leader of Iran. You know what I'm saying? He's a terrorist to you, but that's the same nonsense propaganda they were pumping with Gaddafi. Now, people are supposed to be their allies. Where's China? Where's Russia? They're not saying shit. Because now you can just find somebody else maybe that you can steal shit from. But the US is going in to steal resources. You got the nerve to tell some country that they can have nuclear arms, but you got nuclear arms? How the hell is nuclear weapons safer in a white boy's hands than it is in anybody else's hands? Yes, I said it. White people, stop thinking that you are the police of the world. Nobody gives a shit what you think anymore. The world is no longer subscribing to your nonsense. And what I've realized is that I want to grow my channel based on people that are intelligent, not based on small people with small minds that want to see cool sneaker commercials. I'm not doing any of that. I'll put up a commercial, but I don't have time for that anymore. You know, stop doing their dirty work is just doing the things that are actually going to elevate the relevance of this world that we live in. The lack of dignity that people have, the way that people are being treated, you know, like Africans, for example. I'm putting my energy into Africa, right? What's going on in Africa is the biggest problems in Africa has always been the same problem. You have crooked politicians who I call appointees serving themselves and not serving their country. So you're okay with We got neocolonialism, which is far worse than colonialism. Because now what you have is these same countries, except stealing through African appointees. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all, I've had a long day. Stealing through African appointees. They're not doing the right thing. They're not doing the honorable thing. They're stealing from their own people. And they're claiming to be, and then they have the nerve to be like, well, you guys don't love me. How dare you serve the people, not the other way around? At what point did it become where it was like African politicians thinking you can use your political position to steal money, which they've always done. Like William Ruto of Kenya, he's a piece of shit. Or the woman in Tanzania, Samia, she's a piece of shit. I'm not calling her mother, she's a piece of shit. And she deserves any comment that comes her way. There's some people in this world, and I've said this repeatedly, I don't keep saying it. We've got to stop doing dirty work, and they stop doing their dirty work. The Western Hemisphere is dirty work. The Western powers. You heard Mark Rubio the other day came in there talking about, let me see if I can find this video, because I really got to show y'all this video. This man talking about let me see if I can find it. This man talking about, oh, we're going to, colonialism isn't bad. We're going to return to the greatness. You must be out your damn mind. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second, y'all. I might actually be able to find it.
Then, as now,
yeah, there we
many
go.
came to believe that the West's age of dominance had come to an end, and that our future was destined to be a faint and feeble echo of our past. But together, that decline was a choice, and it was a choice they refused to make. This is what we did together once before, and this is what President Trump and the United States want to do again now, together with you. And this is why we do not want our allies to be weak, because that makes us weaker. We want allies who can defend themselves so that no adversary will ever be tempted to test our collective strength. This is why we do not want our allies to be shackled by guilt and shame. We want allies who are proud of their culture and of their heritage, who understand that we are heirs to the same great and noble civilization, and who together with us are willing and able to defend it. And this is why we do not want allies to rationalize the broken status quo rather than reckon with what is necessary to fix it. For we in America have no interest in being polite and orderly caretakers of the West's managed decline.
This is a speech that, after this speech, in any serious continent.
Look at this. Did y'all just hear this nonsense that this guy just said? This is what I mean by doing dirty work. You just hear what this man just said? He literally just said, we are gonna colonialism. How dare you? Excuse me, y'all. Let me wipe my, I'm wiping the eye of my camera. This man just literally said we're going back to colonialism. This is literally what this man is saying. This is what I mean by doing their dirty work. Now, you know how this happens? This guy right here, Marco Rubio, is a Cuban. He has no honor, no dignity, no pride at all. Standing there like a coon, talking about what we're gonna return to. So you're a Latin Hispanic man speaking for white people and all the fucked up shit they've done. And you've got the nerve to be sitting there act like you're doing something honorable. What kind of a spineless coward do you have to be to actually speak in such a manner? This is one of the reasons why I had to stop doing Saturdays when I'm talking about sneakers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's popular anymore. I know I'm going to grow this channel. I decided that like 1 month ago, man, because I started realizing people only want to come on here when I'm talking about dumb shit. And while I'm at it, you got YouTube blocking me when I talk about real shit. I don't care anymore. I'm going to post what it is that needs to be posted. That's what I mean by stop doing the work. Why are you such a puppet? Why are you such a puppet? You know what I'm saying? Why are you such a puppet? Why are you such a puppet? You worry about definitions. You worry about slander. You worry about this and that. Why do you take any kind of understanding from a country like the Western powers, England, France, all these colonials, idiots, and you've got them, and to worry about what they have to say about you, and you don't care because they're threatening you. They're going to threaten your family anyway, so threaten them too. I've said this repeatedly. If they threaten us, threaten them. If France won't let us have peace in our countries, we shouldn't let France have any peace either. Fuck them. You can bomb them back too. Fuck them. They don't deserve mercy. You show this. You show white people exactly what they're showing you. That's exactly how you deal with white people, because you know what they're going to do. Their honor is always in question. The right thing is always in question. They will never do the honorable thing unless you make them do it. America, for example, has never done the right thing. African Americans must take us point to the point to say, you know what? Our 4.3 trillion dollars that we put into this godforsaken economy, we're done doing that, man. What we need is people to stop doing their dirty work. These crooked politicians who are corrupt to the point where the overization of plots that these Western powers, they will never stop. They're always gonna look for some coon. And you know where these coons always usually come from? These country motherfuckers that have never seen anything in their life. And the minute they get a taste of power, they don't want to leave it alone. That's how you get a piece of shit like William Ruto in Kenya. And look, let me be frank about this. Kenya is a pariah. And it's not the citizens that are pariahs, it's the Kenyan government. They are going to make the rest of Africa turn against them. Completely. To the point where even the citizens of Kenya are going to be turned against too as well. Africans are sick of Kenya's bullshit. Their disease of looking so damn important to white countries. They love doing that shit. They are pariahs, man. The arrogance to think that you're actually better. Everybody else is kicking France out of the Western countries, and your bitch ass is signing a pact deal with them. That is what Kenya has been doing. Same thing with this piece of shit in Tanzania. Samoy, Hannah and her family decided to turn the government into a business. How dare you? What exactly is the point of you turning their government into a business? Your job is to serve the people, not to steal from the people. I'm telling y'all, you've got to stop doing their dirty work, y'all. It is not worth the headache anymore. There's no honor in it. There's no dignity in it. There's no anything in it. You're just sitting there being a spineless coward, you know? And there's another video I got to show y'all. Let me see if I can show it to y'all real quick. Y'all give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. This one is definitely a good
Why are you not getting powerful erections?
Always some crazy commercial.
Unlocking the immense human and creative potential of our young people, strengthening regional value chains to add value to what we produce, mobilizing domestic capital to finance our own development, and speaking with a single, coordinated, and confident voice in global affairs. Mr. Speaker, this is how Africa can move from promise to power, from participation to leadership, and from dependence to self-reliance. The path forward is clear. Africa must rise with confidence, unity, and purpose. And Ghana stands ready not only to rebuild at home, but also to work hand in hand with our African brothers and sisters to shape a future that is defined by shared strength, dignity, and prosperity.
Okay, that's right. It looks like since the time the president of Ghana came to office, almost all of his speech is connected to the removal of the borders, the visa-free movement,
yes, sir.
The free
and this is what I'm talking about,
trade
right?
movement of our people, the free movement of goods, services, and good and people. I mean, these are the things I've been talking about always. It's not just preaching it as a fine speech, all right? But he's taking steps to make sure that it reflects on the...
This is what I'm talking about. You see that right there? That's the kind of stuff we need more of. The consistency of the build of the people to transform the world. You got to stop doing their dirty work, man. And every time you have no dignity, and I still see on man, you have people that are of African descent. They act like some bitches, man. I got to tell you, I just can't stand them. They get on my nerves. They're some cowards. They are so Eurocentralized. It's pathetic. They have no dignity of self of themselves. They just want to keep being the slave of Europe. I'm done with that, man. We've got a new generation, the millennials, the Gen Zs, and those who have true love for Africa along. The rest of you motherfuckers, go fuck yourself. I'm sick of the cowardice. You know what I'm saying? It's just got to come to an end, man. And doing their dirty work is not... Doing their dirty work means you just having no dignity in yourself, no dignity in self-Africanness. Your African heritage, your African roots. I don't want to be white. No, thank you. I'll pass. I can't even watch movies and TV shows anymore with just white people in it. It just infuriates me. Everywhere you turn on the TV, it's just all white people all over the damn place. And there are whites that are cool, but those are few and far between. You have to understand who your allies are, who your enemies are. And I promise you, the U.S. is not your ally. Israel is not your ally. Western powers are not your ally. England is not your ally. They are parasites. They just want to figure out how they're going to leech off of you. So you need to stop doing their dirty work. Let them do their own damn dirty work. Stop fighting each other. Be united. We need a united, free Africa. Visa-free, period. I should be able to go from Ghana to Nigeria to Kenya in a single fucking day without applying for any goddamn visas. We're not doing this shit anymore. There are no borders. It's the United States of Africa. It must be united. And we, the citizens, are going to unite it. You useless bastard leaders in different countries from Tanzania to Kenya to Nigeria, get the fuck out of our way. And if you don't get the fuck out of the way, we're going to murder your ass and get you the fuck out of the way. I said it. We need to start taking out these useless leaders. They are not good people. They are dishonorable cowards. They need to be put in the ground. That is the only way you're going to change Africa. To be frank with you, man, we must Jerry Rawlins the country. We need to Jerry Rawlins the country. That's right. You know, the great president of Ghana. Yeah, Jerry Rawlins the country. Stop putting people in body bags and get these useless human beings that are unworthy of Africa out. That's the way you stop doing their dirty work. And by doing so, you make these cowards who have no interest of serving in Africa stay the hell away from the positions they're using to steal. William Ruto is not a tough guy. He's a bitch. Yeah, and I hope one day this video goes viral so that he can hear me saying this. He's a coward of the highest order. I'm telling you. And I meant what I said in the beginning again. These people are cowards. Samia from Tanzania, she's a coward. These people aren't tough guys. They're cowards. You know what I'm saying? Look at the one in Gabon. Museveni in Uganda. You're murdering your own people to serve people. Okay, you may hate the West, but why do you have to kill your people? And how long are you going to stay in the office of power? And now he's talking about, well, when I die, my son's going to become president. So now the presidency has become a succession? No, hell no. You've got to stop doing the dirty work. Unity and order is the order of the day. Period. So to all my African brothers and sisters all over the African continent, all over the African world, everywhere we are in this world, it is time for the coons to go. If you are a coon, you need to have your ass just annihilated. I got no love for you motherfuckers. Because one thing I'm sick of is coons getting away with it when being Uncle Toms. There's never any consequence for being an Uncle Tom. There needs to be consequence for being an Uncle Tom. And I'm sorry, it's unfortunate, but I'm sick of talking politely. Talking politely is not going to fix the world. Even right now, as I speak, I don't care if people show up for the videos, and I've just had enough of talking about stupid shit. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's my knife for tonight. The order of the day on my closing remarks. Africa must be united. We need the United States of Africa. We need leaders like Assimi Goïta of Mali, Abdoumane Tchétchénie of Niger, Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. Those are true leaders. John Mahama of Ghana. People who are totally against Western powers telling us what to do. We can do business with you, but you ain't telling us what the fuck to do. Those days are over with. We will decide our future. We will decide our progress. I can tell you this much right now. I expect Nigeria by 2040 to have the third highest GDP in the world. And I expect in the year 2045, if not 46, for Nigeria to have the highest GDP in the world. Do you know what greatness that would do to Africa? In spite of all the nonsense they're doing right now, Nigeria still has the 54th highest GDP in the world with the corruption of these crooked leaders. Because you have crooked competition leaders who are doing the work of France, terrorizing their own people, paying for terrorists, jihadists, allowing Boko Haram to flow around like water. No, those aren't people you're allowed to flow around like water. You annihilate them. You do what they're doing to them in the Sahel. You blow their ass to fucking hell. You drop bombs on their bitch asses instead of funding it. And yes, we know U.S. and Israel are terrorist organizations. So is France. So is Ukraine with the sponsoring of terrorism. Ukraine sponsoring Mauritanian terrorists so they can attack Senegal. France sponsoring jihadists in the Sahel. They were the one talking about we're going to become and be soldiers of protection, global security. They always use the word global security. Ain't no global security. You're the terrorists. You're doing right now to Iran what you've always done. No, so we're no longer having it, man. So stop doing their dirty work. If you are a coon in this world, I wish nothing but the worst for you. I'm so sick of these cowards that live in this world now. We need champions and we need heroes, and we need them now. They can't scare you with death anymore because death is something you got to do anyway. You got to do it anyway, man. You got to do it anyway. Either you champion people or you're going to be remembered as a coward. That's most of you useless African leaders. So we need it, man. We need united Africa. And, you know, we need African leaders that actually want to be leaders, not cowards to sit on their ass. So, yo, that's my show for tonight. You know, I just wanted to get this off my chest about, you know, African nations, the inconsistency of consistency. It's terrible, man. You know, there's two things I always say. One, there's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just as important in front of the line. Be determined, not desperate. And then the second one, your dreams can be delayed, but must never be extinguished. So wait your time while the universe delivers you the right hand. Be determined, not desperate. Let's bring to life the dream of the great Dr. Kwame Nkrumah so that Africa can be united. It is so badly needed. And look, this is an alliance I'm going to keep talking about. We need Latin America and Africa to unite. That's another unification that's needed. And maybe joining forces with Russia. I really don't trust China because they are the type of people that do only for themselves. I don't trust China. There's nothing China can do to make me trust them because they've never shown that they've actually been allies of Africa. They've more shown that they want to use Africa. And we as Africans need to tell China to go fuck itself. You know what I'm saying? I wish some Chinese guy would try me. I'll fucking beat his ass to death. You know what I mean? So until next time, y'all, as always, aspire and achieve. Open up your mind. Stop thinking like a slave. Stop doing their dirty work. When you start to free yourself and liberate your mind, you are no longer doing Western Hemisphere dirty work. So y'all, until next time, continue to aspire and achieve. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.